So let's look at the nutritional value of fats and oil. As we previously discussed that they are condensed form of energy, so they are having more calorific value. So the food that you consume, if the food that you consume have higher fat content, it would mean you would have more calories available, and you have to burn those calories. And it can be helpful in situations where you don't find enough food, and this fats and oil can actually sustain you for a longer time. Another important element of all these fats and oil is that they act as carrier for fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin A, D, E, and K. So if you don't consume enough fats or oils, there might be deficiency of these fat-soluble vitamins, because they are the carriers for these vitamins to be delivered to human body. They make our food more palatable. That would mean that you would have desirable properties of food, so that you would be inclined to eat more amount of that food. Another important aspect of fats is that they have got higher satiety value. Higher satiety value would mean that it would take more time to empty your stomach, so it would remain in your stomach. So feeling of fullness can be achieved, and you would feel less hungry if you consume food products with having more fats and oil in them. If you talk about the digestion of fats and oil, it generally starts in the small intestine, that is also called as duodenum. When the fat, after it passes from the stomach into small intestine, there is gallbladder that would produce certain bile compounds, and there is pancreas that would produce lipase. This pancreas and bile would come through a common duct into the intestine, called duodenum. The upper part of the intestine is called duodenum. So bile would neutralize the acidic pH of food, because in the stomach we would have acidic pH. Once the stomach is empty, the food goes into the duodenum. The pH has to be changed, so bile would actually neutralize that acidic pH into more alkaline pH, because alkaline pH is needed for these pancreas enzymes to function. Another important benefit of you having this bile is basically they would emulsify these fat into globular structures, into micelles, that would have increased surface area. So that increased surface area would make it more prone to react with lipases from the pancreas. So that would actually help facilitate the digestion of these fats into fatty acids and glycerols. So once these fatty acids and glycerols are produced, they make up micelles, and then they can be actually absorbed by the intestine. These micelles would be more easily transported through small intestine, but this is not in the duodenum that all these fats are basically broken down. Some of the fats and oils are broken down in the duodenum part, but then there are lipase enzymes in the other intestine as well, in the small intestine as well. So that would actually break the rest of the fats and oil which has not been previously reacted with bile acids and lipases. So in the smaller intestine, these fatty acid molecules or glyceride molecules are broken down into smaller fatty acids and glycerol molecules by the lipases which are present also in the intestine as well. So if you talk about the importance of fatty acid, there is another element that need to be discussed here. Is there are essential fatty acids and there are non-essential fatty acids. As you know that essential fatty acids are the one which cannot be produced by human body, so it means that they have to be provided through food in order to sustain a good and healthy life. And the non-essential amino acid likewise are the one which can be produced by human body, so it means they are not very significant as compared to the nutritional needs. So important or essential fatty acids are linoleic acid, or alpha-linoleic acid. They are also called as omega-6 or omega-3 fatty acid. They have got very important functions to play in human nutrition. And if we have the deficiency of these essential fatty acid, it can lead to certain conditions like impairment in the brain development, mental retardation. There could be certain issues such as dermatitis or skin problems, poor wound healing, hair loss. These are some of the harmful effects or some of the problems that can be associated with not taking enough fatty acids, essential fatty acids in our diet. If we talk about the negative aspects of fats and oil in human nutrition, so I think one of the serious concern is increase in cholesterol. So if you use more saturated fatty acid, they have got tendency to raise your LDL. LDL would stand for low density lipoprotein. This is also called as bad cholesterol. So if you consume more saturated fatty acid, that would increase your bad cholesterol number, and that might be dangerous for heart health, and it can lead to heart diseases. And as I already discussed, that trans fatty acids are also directly linked with heart diseases. So if you have got higher cholesterol, if you have got higher amount of saturated fatty acids and trans fatty acids, that would be directly linked with our heart health. So this is all about the nutritional value of fats and oil in our life.